Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back in another Epic 7 video, and this time I want to review and give you a guide for Yuna. So as you can see, I do have her, and you can get her by doing the connection, so to speak, with the NPC on the left side in the town. And right at the bottom you've got Yuna. So you need to reach friendship level 3 with Hazel. I can show you a trick to get friendship up really quick. Gift 6 Ultra Fang Catalyst, gift 6 Twisted Fang Catalyst, and gift 3 Blazing Soul Catalyst. Then eliminate 800 Machinery. It's not going to be about getting these materials. You can get those in Adventures. You can just go in Adventures, go Region Info, Monster, and then you have the materials that drop. So you can go in each zone and find the one you'd like to farm, and the one that you want to farm should have more than one catalyst that drops that you actually need, be it awakening, be it skill enhancing on for a hero on your team, or for connection for 1 or 2 heroes. So try to find the best stage in world difficulty if possible to get more experience, higher tier gear, just better rewards in general. So now let's move on to the review for this hero. Let me go in the journal first. Alright, so Yuna, she has attack and speed buff on skill 2, which is extremely powerful. You can get her as free to play if you're free to play, and you need an attack buffer beside Elsen, which is more of a defensive option because it's attack and defense increase. Yuna is perfect for offensive teams in PV and in PvP. But now let me do skill and soul burn review. Then it's gonna be stat analysis. Let's check her skill ups. I'll talk about skill enhancement priority and the materials required for the skill enhancement, awakening materials, and the stat that are gained from awakening, memory imprint, the best items, sets, and substats that you should get for Yuna, the best artifacts for her, where does Yuna shine in the game, team compositions with Yuna, like possible team compositions. There's so many options, so many variables, but I'll give you like some easy to obtain team compositions. And PvP, of course, I mean, like I said, she's great there. Is there any better heroes than her? Is she worth getting? Let's all find out. Alright, so skill 1. Attacks all enemies with a drone, increasing the caster's combat readiness by 6% per target when there are less than 3 enemies. Damage dealt increases with fewer enemies. Soul burn effect, 10 souls, increase damage dealt. Upgrade. This is what you want to use with her. This is why you're getting her. This is, well, the larger portion of the that's the deciding factor, really. You want her for this, but I'll talk about why this is actually pretty good, and this too. So yeah, increase attack and speed for 2 turns. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, so there will be a 3 turn of downtime. But if you do the skill up, it's gonna be 2 turn downtime. If she's very quick, you can make this a 1 turn downtime on your damage dealers, because she's gonna be way faster than your other damage dealer or dealers. So yeah, the downtime is not gonna be that bad. But when you're set up on an offensive group in PvP or PvE, usually the stuff dies quick, so you don't have to worry too much about the buff downtime. Also, there's gonna be some gameplay with Yuna. Skill 3 attacks all enemies with an enormous and powerful cannon, inflicting huge damage. When there are less than 3 enemies, damage dealt increases with fewer enemies. Okay, so, like I said, this is godly because it's perfect for offense. And this actually, like, if you're fighting packs of monsters, she will, or in PvP, you will get a good portion of your combat readiness, so 6% per target. If you're attacking 4 target, that's 24%. And the skill ups, it's only damage increase for this and for this, so it's always going to be 6% per target. And the cool thing is that the lower the amount of dark targets, the more damage she deals with this. So when you're clearing trash on, let's say, like Wyvern, and then you get to Wyvern, she will start doing more damage with this thing because there's only 1 target. Well, when there are less than 3 targets, so 2 and 1, yeah, deals more damage. Same thing with this, the ultimate, but you need to build up your focus. So this gives you 1 focus, this gives you 1 focus, and this requires 5 focus. So yeah, I mean, you build it up and then you pop this thing. This deals a substantial amount of damage. You will see it in the gameplay afterward. Dispatch mission, barren land, attribute, reward bonus 10%. Alright, so now let's go through her stats. The soul burn, really, if you do want extra damage, it's only 10 souls. It's you could actually use it depending on how you build her. If she's high speed and high attack, crit damage, so high DPS, high damage, you can soul burn this thing. Maybe you don't have anything better to soul burn on your team, so this is definitely worth considering. It's only 10 souls. So stat preview, 5-star, so the speed will not change. 112 speed is very good, actually. She's a buffer with that amount of speed, and I mean, you put her on a speed set. I'll get to that in a second. But defense and health, this is 5-star stats. Defense seems to be low. Health is good though. Attack 887 is it's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say attack is good. Health is yeah, it's okay. The health, actually, it's for a damage dealer, it's good, and the defense is good too for a damage dealer. So I'd say it's like overall, like comparing to a tank, it's not good, of course, because you can have like 7,000 HP and 700 defense on a tank, but she's not a tank, so it's actually good for a damage dealer. Crit chance 21%, so she gets crit from Awakening, and let's look at that. So, first Awakening, 3% attack, 3% health. This, of course, is you want to rush for this thing because you're gonna get the speed buff added. Now, the fourth is a critical chance 6%, so that's actually really worth getting. Now the fifth and the sixth, it's gonna start requiring some harder to farm materials. I mean, Ultra Fang, yeah, it will take some time to farm, but it's not that bad. It's 6% attack. If you are using her like heavily in a big part of the content in this game, you should definitely consider getting her fifth Awakening. Now let's see the sixth one. Yeah, I mean, 6% health for 10 Blazing Soul. You can do this, but you should probably wait. Especially if you're free to play, it's early game. Don't rush into getting 10 more of those. You already farmed 3 together. So yeah, wait for that until you're sure you're gonna keep her in your team and you haven't pulled someone else, and yeah. So decide on that later. Moving on, her memory imprint. Now the thing is, Yuna cannot be summoned. She cannot be summoned yet anyways. You can only get her from the connection. So this memory imprint of health plus 4.3% is not really going to happen unless they release something. Maybe there's gonna be an item that we can get to increase her memory imprint. That would be kind of similar to her connection, or some kind of I don't know, like a quest to get it. That'd be nice, because we cannot do her connection a second time. So we'll see what they have for us in store for the future. Now, skill enhancement materials. Let's look at that. So it's gonna be damage on skill 1 and 3. Let's look at skill number 2, which is the one you want to do first. But the materials usually on a -1 turn on a buff is Molagora Go, or 5-star. It's expensive. It's Molagora Gora. Where is it? There it is. Molagora Gora. To get Molagora Gora, you need 4 Molagora Go if you get it in the labyrinth. But if you get it from the secret location, secret merchant, you're gonna need 5 Molagora Go. Or you can just push in the abyss and eventually get 2 Molagora Gora for free later on. It's also we're gonna require 2 Blazing Soul. So I mean, if you use her a lot heavily, you should consider getting this enhanced. And Twisted Fang, I mean, it's not even close to how hard it is to get the Blazing Soul. And it's just a Molagora, normal Molagora 3. It's nothing really. So this increases your soul count by 1, so not a huge deal. It's mostly for the -1 turn. If you want more damage, gonna quickly show you here. The usual mats required. You should, if you really want the damage on her, really, I mean, she's gonna do 3 attack, and this is gonna do 4 attack, and this, and then she will, well, this first, and then 4 attack, and then this. So you're mostly gonna be using this skill and not this one. So you could build the damage on this, or just level them evenly if you really want to get more damage out of her. And I would just do 1, 1, then 2, 2, you know, 3, 3. That's yeah, if you want the damage, but I would focus on an actual damage dealer, especially in PvP. You want to take out the threat as fast as possible, and her attacks are AoEs, so they attack the whole team. It's not single target, so you can't really like focus her damage, which is unfortunate. But she's godly because of the attack and speed buff, and she's free. So yeah, that's another major plus. Now let's talk about best items and sets and substats for her. So this is what I'm gearing her with, and you should definitely do the same. You want to go with the speed set, because you want her, of course, to get her skill 2 going as fast as possible, because you want the speed buff on your allies, so they can you can beat the enemy in building combat effectiveness and combat readiness, I mean, and just going more often than the enemy, so you can take them down. So yeah, go with the speed set, because she has a great base of it was 112 speed, and like real quick, comparing her to like the usual, like the bread and butter for combat readiness boosting, you've got, of course, Tierra, that has a base of 112. So yeah, if you check Elsen out, you know, Elsen is quite slow. Elsen is very slow. Elsen has 94 speed. PvP, speed is king, well, in the current meta, but it's usually the case. You want to go first. It's a major part of the building your group composition for PvP. So yeah, Yuna at 112 is very good. Now comparing to Diane, that is limited, she's the current banner right now as I'm making this video. She only has 103 speed. I feel like Diane is more of the PvE well, sorry. Yeah, PvE and option with a tank, but also in PvP arena defense, she can be extremely annoying. But this is actually she can shine in the whole game. It depends on your group setup, really. Like have Diane with Ravi, and it's gonna be an insane combo. Okay, bring Tierra in there and like. Anyways, now moving on. I was talking about items. Let me check. Let's check what I'm wearing here. I was just talking about the speed difference here. Okay, so speed and crit. Why you don't want hit? Well, she doesn't have any debuff that she needs to land. So yeah, you can really go however you want. Really, it depends on, do you want that extra bit of damage, or do you just want her to be able to take a punch, take a hit, and not die instantly? So you could go speed and any 2-piece set like HP, defense. You could go resist. You don't need effectiveness, but since she's built as attack and speed buffing, that means you're gonna use her in an offensive setup, and when you're using in an offensive setup, you want as much damage as possible, meaning that you want her to be set up with offensive stats. So yeah, speed set and critical set is the way to go there. I'm just gonna show you my gear real quick. It's not like amazing, it's just that that is what I have, and I was trying to make a speed set working with the 2-piece of crit set, and like I had to use some rare. So this is actually for substat you want speed, that's priority number 1, and then you want crit chance, crit damage, and attack for maximum damage output. If you get health and it's percentage based, if you get defense it's percentage based, it's all good. If you get effectiveness, it's a waste. If you get effect resistance, can be useful depending on your team composition. If you have someone that brings debuff immunity in the group, well, the effect resistance is going to be useless unless the enemy goes first, and then like there's going to be a resist check depending on how much effect resistance you have. And this, well, this is not really an offensive piece. It was on my Elson. So yeah, speed, then this is more like survival right there, a bit of attack, but I'm using it because that's the best that I got, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I make her a bit tanky while also getting that 5 speed, which is nice. And of course on a speed set. Let's continue with the speed set. This is tier 6 botted from the secret shop, crit chance. You could go with for items on the right side, you need percentage stats, or you want speed on your boot, flat speed. That's a priority because of course she scales with speed, and you want her to go first or second. So yeah, so I went with this. If you can get high enough crit, really get crit damage here, but her crit chance wasn't high enough, so it worked out, and it's kind of early game still. So this was T6 with 5% health and flat defense, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna roll it and see what happens, because great main stat on a speed set is hard to get, especially tier 6, you know. So yeah, it ended up being yeah, pretty good. I mean, if it had speed on substat, that'd be even better. But really, you can't really pick, but the perfect like thing would be speed on the substat, crit damage, and attack. But yeah, if you want to take down the opponent in 1 turn or 2, that's the way you do it. But it depends. It depends. If you're doing a bit of PvE, doing Wyvern, you need a bit of survival. That health and defense percentage increase is not bad. This is pretty terrible. It's on a speed set, and that's the only attack percentage I had on speed that that I had. So I'm just using that temporarily. So yeah, speed, crit damage, attack here rolled quite well. Defense flat, didn't roll another time in it. It just came like this. So yeah, it's good. Boots, you want to to increase them higher than the rest of your gear. The boots should be the one that you power up first, because the jewelry is going to be hard to get. Boots is a different story, so you get the flat speed every level, and it's the base times 5 that's going to be the maximum speed on your boots for any tier. So here crit damage and speed, no attack but flat health. I mean, it's hard to get perfect gear, guys. Alright, so for artifact, I'm using this was free in the adventures, and increased dual attack chance 9.1%, and increase attack by 30% when it's not the caster's turn. So when dual attack happens, it deals 30% more damage, and like she has a 5% dual attack base plus this chance, so I mean it can go up to, let's see how much in a second, but yeah, that could be close to 15%, almost 15% chance to dual attack. It is helpful when it's happening. Now let's look at the artifact real quick. Alright, let's start with 3-star. You're not gonna have her in the front, but yeah, I mean, since the 4-star is free, I should probably go and look at the 4-stars first, actually. So here you've got 3 options. If you're using someone like Tarnar Guard, this will increase the dual attack chance of your all ally during your turn, and dual attack will deal 20% more damage. So this could be great with Tarnar Guard for sure. But yeah, if you don't have the other ones, this is free actually, and it's good, but she doesn't apply a debuff. She's just gonna do her attack, and it's gonna build her combat readiness. Actually, she's gonna go more often because of that, and also yeah, because she's gonna assist teammate, she's gonna use her buff more often, because she's gonna build up her combat readiness, meaning it's gonna speed up her turns. So yeah, if you want a higher uptime on the buff, use Rosa Hargana. But also, if you're using Tarnar Guard with Infinity Basket, he's gonna dual attack and give 25% combat readiness for your whole team. So that's also combat readiness boosting, and that's for the whole team. So that's pretty godly. Definitely would be using this if I had it, because I'm using Tarnar Guard. Session Itanes is actually quite good. Like, if you're using a very offensive setup in PvP, as soon as you take down one target, you are getting like realistically like 25% combat readiness. You're gonna build it up to that level when an enemy is defeated. So yeah, PvP you take one down, and then this is quite helpful. Then 2 down, and yeah, you just clean up. But usually it depends. This is better on if you're fighting 2 damage dealers or 3 damage dealer on their team. But if you're fighting 1 damage dealer, yeah, that because as soon as you take down the damage dealer, you took out the biggest threat on their team. So yeah, like Rosa is gonna be better, or this with Tarnar Guard. Now let's look at 5-star Bloodstone. Heal the ally with lowest health by 26% of damage dealt. Actually, she deals quite a bit of damage if you count when she attacks multiple enemies. So if I had that, I would definitely be using it to test things out. Like if I'm using an offensive team and I'm just like looking for like squeezing a bit of healing here and there, and she's gonna be real quick, this could be actually interesting. Like yeah, this would be more reliable than something like chance based in PvE content. This could act as a semi-healer. I mean, there's nothing crazy. Based on the damage dealt, like she attacks like she's not even max level, but I'm seeing something like 6,000 damage, and yeah, that would be like a 20% at that. Yeah, a bit more than 1,000 HP healed. It's a bit of healing. It's a bit of healing with her speed. It's okay. Song of Stars, 100% chance, between 50 and 100 to chance to enemy become targeted after a single attack. Okay, so I don't think her attacks are considered a single attack. Single attacks are like really like you hit and it hits one target and the number pops up once. So that, I don't think this works. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section, please. But if this works on her, for PvE, this is great. This is great. Yeah, this is gonna put like a focus on the target, and it's gonna take more damage. Increased by 15% by your whole team. PvE, even PvP, but I doubt it works. AoE attack damage increased by 15%. This is funny because it's actually her on the artifact. You see, this is Yuna with her skirt, and she's dropping, and like she's losing her phone, and she's losing her mind because she's always texting on her phone when playing. Like she's not paying attention to the battles. Anyways, you'll see in a second in the gameplay. But yeah, this increased her AoE. So if you want to use her as like a farmer, because she could be used as a farmer. I mean, if you don't have any other farmer, she deals a lot of damage on her AoE, as you will see, and she always AoE on skill 1 and 3 always. So it's great, and then it deals more damage the least the amount of targets there are. Now you could use this if you want more speed. When she attacks this, like on Wyvern, whatever you're fighting, you're building up speed on the first wave, and then you have that speed increase when the dangerous part actually happen when you're fighting the boss. So you're gonna have that speed built up, and it carries over between the waves. If you're taking some AoE damage from a boss in PvP, but not really, it's gonna be more specific to PvE, and you know you're gonna take damage, this can work to have a higher uptime on her buff. But really, this is free, guys. So an adventure chapter 8, something like that, you get it for free. So use that. Really don't want to go over all this stuff, but yeah. So let's move on now. PvP, yeah, I talked about it. Better heroes, depends what you're trying to do. For an offensive setup, she's pretty much top notch there. She's definitely worth getting, that's for sure. Now I'm gonna do gameplay here, but it's gonna be, yes, it's gonna be on manual, and it's gonna be using a weird team composition that you might be like, what are you doing? Okay, so this can be on auto early on. Okay, I have to manual, and this is actually a stage that I can't handle on auto, so it has to be manual. Early on, like if you want to do it on manual, you can use your buff, you can use your cooldowns if you know that you will be let's just use that. Actually, can turn on auto at this point because I turned off all the skills of my team, so they're ready for when I'm actually fighting the Wyvern, which is when things are gonna get dangerous. So she's ice, and so basically she's gonna be stronger against fire, and she will take reduced damage and have a lower chance to get critical hit. So you could use her in Wyvern on speed teams. Doesn't have to be a speed team really. You could have a healer, you could have a tank, and you could have her as a buffer slash semi damage dealer, and then have your damage dealer. But you're gonna need those other 3 heroes to bring defense down. Okay. Because when you defense down, that's you're gonna deal double damage because you just cut their defense in half, and then you get attack boost, so that's 50% more attack for you, for your team, and that is basically triple damage together, forcing Tarnor Guard to cannot reduce combat readiness because he is immune from having combat readiness decreased. So here I'm gonna use her ultimate. Defense down is up, and yeah, just look at it. Yeah, and she's level 46. I mean, I've been I did this run when she was level 30 something, I think. Like, speed buffing is huge. She just assisted right there. See, like, that was crazy. Like, got attack and speed, and then she helps with the damage. I mean, yeah, not Tarnar guard damage, but you have to think that Raz is pretty much here to help Tarnar guard to proc his dual attack. So yeah, yeah. If you want to see Tarnar guide, like a guide for him, I made it already. So check that out. If you're like, what just happened there? Yeah, you can go check his guide. But I really like this group. It's really cool to play, and I mean, you've got to manual because you've got to use the soul burn on Raz that costs only 10 souls, and you can do some crazy stuff, as you saw. If you want to see my team stats, I will be doing a PvP video that I will release after this, and you can check my whole team stats. I'm not gonna do it in this video, and or you can check previous videos because my gear didn't change much really. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Just to finish here, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Team composition, well, my team is pretty strong, but if you want something that autos, she's free to play, so you should, I could tell you about 3-star heroes, so it's more accessible. You don't need Silk because, well, Silk brings speed down. You get her for free from the connection. She has speed up for your team, but I mean, when you're fighting like Wyvern, she's the wrong element. She gets countered by fire, so it's hard to land the speed down, the debuff on the Wyvern. But yeah, she has increased speed, and Yuna is gonna deal more damage because she's ice. But Silk deals a lot of single target damage though. But yeah, you're still gonna be missing the attack buff. So who you could pair with her? Well, Tierra, if you want to have defense down, if you want to have your group faster, it's actually like, yeah, having her go first is best because she's gonna have full 2-turn speed buff after she goes, right? So she goes first, and then Yuna goes, put the speed buff, and then Tiara's gonna have that speed buff for 2 turn, and then she has a debuff, decreased hit chance. It's great for Wyvern. In PvP too, like, she great opener with the defense down. If you bring that to 100% chance, and this boosts the combat finesse for your whole team. Also procs when dual attack happens. And I mean, Tarnar guard, really like him, 3-star, and yeah, you could use him. You could use, I mean, the thing with Carmen Rose is she has her own kit that she boosts her speed, she boosts her attack defense already. You just need the defense down with Carmen Rose, or someone to apply defense down. So yeah, if I mean, if you rolled for Sez, you could have Yuna and Sez and Tierra. You can have a lot of people rolled for Destina as well, so you use Yuna, you use Destina. Destina, you can use her as your tank. Yeah, you can use Destina as your tank, and you could have Tierra. Tierra is just perfect in so many team compositions, really. So that's already 3. Your 4th, well, you have the flexibility to bring whoever you want, whoever you have. If you feel like you can, for PvE, if you're doing hunts, you want to have more debuffs available. to apply on the boss as many chances as possible. That's why I'm using Tarnar Guard. Defense down on skill 1 is just great, and Tierra might get resisted. So yeah, he always has his. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm not gonna make this too long. I could talk about it for a long while. But yeah, I think this covers plenty of question I might have had. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and that's it for this one. Watch out for the PvP gameplay and more PvE gameplay in the near future. And if you have her, grats, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.